Alright fellas, back at it with another video, man. Some My Team news here. I'm a little bit behind on this. Not that I wasn't aware, I just didn't make the video. I wanted to let a couple of days settle before I came out here and talked about it. So let's get straight to it. Obviously, we found out that NBA 2k24 is going to have seasons that you essentially pay for, right? So you could buy, it's like a battle pass in a way, like COD. You buy the battle pass, I think it's like 20 bucks. There's a Hall of Fame pass and a pro pass. I don't really know the differences. Oh, well, I'm not looking into it because no matter what, I already know what my strategy is going to be, right? So I want to do as least grinding as possible because now they're allowing this, right? They are basically letting us buy the season pass, and then you could also buy tier skips. So you don't gotta grind for a single level 40 if you don't want to. You could essentially just buy the entire grind, get auto rewards, the top card for level 40. Essentially, imagine loading up NBA 2K23 last year, day one, buying a battle pass, and then getting the tier skips, and you got Pink Diamond, Scottie Pippen, which at the time was a great card. Even after weeks of grinding the XP to get the card, he was the best card in the game, right? Imagine having that card day one. Well, that's what NBA 2K24 is going to be for a lot of people that load up and they're like, oh, I could just buy this. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. And that's basically why I wanted to make this video, right? What are your thoughts on this? I'm kind of split. You know, realistically, I did finish most seasons in NBA 2K23. Sometimes I grinded the XP twice on a no money spent account and on the main account. And I gotta say, it keeps you busy. It gives you something to do. Am I a fan of it? No, not really. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't really like grinding XP. To me, it's tedious work. It's annoying. So a part of me is like, well, I could just buy it and get the rewards. Okay, cool. And another part of me is like, well, this is really pay to win. You know, and I don't have a problem with that because I'm a person that opens packs and I get that. But I also understand, like, yo, me personally, I'm already paying 150 for the game with the league pass and the bonuses, and it's cool to me, it's worth it. But then now we're starting to get into the fact that now we got to buy a season pass. You could also, if you want to keep up with what most players that are going to take the game serious are going to be doing, now you also got to buy the tier skips, or, you know, get on top of that right away after you buy the season pass, and because you're not going to have some of the best cards in the game. That's just what it is, right? If you don't do these things, if you don't spend money in the game. So they're going in this direction, and I don't really know how to feel. I know for me it'll benefit me because I don't gotta put in that time to do all these little tedious things that I don't like doing. But it costs money, right? That's what it comes down to. Now we gotta pay for it. So what are you guys' thoughts on that? I'm really split. I haven't decided. There's some pros, some cons, some good things, some bad things, and I see both sides. And this is not something that bothers me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just here telling you right now that this doesn't completely bother me, but it rubs me a certain way where I'm like, well, I don't know if I'm a fan of this. Like, I could see why it bothers a lot of people, like, which I've already seen the responses on Twitter. There's a lot of people that are not okay with it, and there's also some people that are fully no money spent, and this is definitely gonna put you at a huge disadvantage, right? Well, that's something that this is gonna do. You're gonna be at a disadvantage if you're a no money spent player, no doubt about it. Now more than ever, you are gonna be 40 steps behind, literally 40 levels behind. You are gonna be feeling that way from the jump when people load up day one and have, you know, all of these rewards because they were able to put money in it into the game and you didn't. And I guess that's part of being a no money spent player too. It's kind of always, you know, fighting to compete with those players that are spending money, and that's kind of a part of it. So I'm also thinking like this is gonna be really good for the no money spent players or people that, you know, upload no money spent content. I think it's going to do really well because now that the game is more pay to win than ever, if you're able to successfully build a team as a no money spent player, well, more power to you, right? So I think that no money spent is falling into an even better space in my mind of, well, you get more credit, more power to you, more kudos if you do manage to, you know, grind through this, you know, paywall that 2K is kind of putting up. And if you're successfully going to compete and build a team without spending money when the whole game is turning into this money machine, then that's gonna be a W. And I'm just letting you guys know I will be having two accounts. I'm gonna have a main account where I'm probably just gonna buy the tier skips, but I'm also going to do the grind. Like I'm gonna have something to do, and I am gonna try to build a team without spending money, which I did towards the back end of the year last year, and I gotta be honest, I really enjoyed it. So no money spent for me personally. Is probably gonna be my favorite account this year, and I'll be able to get the gameplays with the newest cards on my main, just like I've always done, and open those packs. And that's one thing I haven't discussed, guys. This doesn't include pack openings, right? Like when you're buying the game at whatever range you're buying the game, whether it's the $70 one or the 100 or the 150, right? And then now you're buying the season passes or the tier skips. This doesn't even include the possible Tuesday and Friday promo packs. Like this is not included. We're not talking promo packs. We're just talking now. You're buying the season pass, which it's also merged through my career. So if you're grinding my career, you're simultaneously leveling up on my team and vice versa, which I think that's a W. Like it's cool. It saves some time if you're playing both modes. But anyways, that's enough of that. Let me know you guys' thoughts and opinions on the matter. What do you guys think about this whole thing that 2K is doing with the season pass? Do you like it? Are you a fan of it? I know for sure some people are like loving the fact that they're not gonna have to spend their time and just get the cards they want and get the level 40 and just be able to move on to the other modes and other things they want to do. Which, by the way, I really do think this tells us, yeah, 12-0 is coming back. They got to give us something to do. If you could just buy, you know, the level 40 XP grind, which last year it showed, like it'll take a couple of weeks, right? Well, if you're taking that away for a lot of players that are just going to buy it, you got to give us something else to do, right? So I'm thinking 12-0 is coming back. It just makes sense. I think 12-0 is coming back, but I may be wrong. Anyways, second thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, and this is already confirmed, my team is not going to be green or miss. I know my career, and I think Park is going to be green or miss. My team, they said that, you know, they don't expect you to memorize all these releases, and that makes sense to me. I get it, man. We're changing our rosters every single week, multiple times, you know, as new cards drop. But I also feel like this is like maybe possibly a misstep, because that's like the skill gap, right? You're removing that skill gap. Me personally, I wish it would stay green or miss, which it wasn't green or miss last year. Whites are still dropping, but now we know whites are really gonna drop, right? They're like letting us know there's going to be room for you to hit whites. Like it's not gonna be green or miss for my team. Give me your thoughts on that. Again, I feel the same way about this that I feel about the season pass. I'm split. I don't know. You know what I mean? I really don't know. The whole green or miss thing, to me, the biggest thing with it is that you're stripping away a skill gap that I feel is a really good skill gap. Having to hit that green window, to me, could be the difference between a shit player and a good player, right? Like that's just what it is to me. Like if you're unable to hit a green window, well, just practice, get better. I do want to point out that Mike Wang did say with shot meter off, you're gonna get up to a 20% boost. If you have shot meter off, a 20% boost for greening your shots, like, yo, that's massive. 20%. So it's just like, do we really gotta make the game not green or miss? I kind of want it to be green or miss. But hey, that's just me. I want to hear from you guys. Do you want the game to be, you know, basically we're going back to what flexible release was, right? Like if you're wide open and it's a late contest and you have a bunch of badges or high attribute rating and you somewhat miss the green window, it'll still drop. Like that's basically what we're gonna see happen. What I don't want to see happen is the ridiculous, you know, pretty decent closeout. Yeah, you have a bunch of badges, but it's not really the best shot, and a white goes in when me defensively, I feel like I was somewhat there. And that's the part that I'm just like, we're going back to RNG games, right? Like RNG victories. Like, because what if I take the same quality shot, but my white doesn't go in? Well, then now I feel like, well, it's not my opponent beating me, it's the game. The game is deciding whose whites is going in. And that to me is the problem I have with it not being green or miss, right? I feel like there's gonna be games versus good or bad players. It don't matter who it is against, right? Just throughout the course of the game, when you see your opponent hit maybe a couple of whites that you feel they shouldn't have dropped, and then at the other end you feel like, well, that was a pretty good shot, I didn't green it, I know I didn't green it, but it could have dropped too, and it doesn't. Well, that creates the frustration, right? And I know the devs probably think about these things, but like, if you do, how do you come to the conclusion that it's like, well, it's just better off if we just let the whites drop and you know, it is what it is. I don't know how you come to that conclusion, how that's what you decide to do when, yeah, I feel like you understand players are going to be frustrated when another player is hitting their whites, but then the other guy isn't getting his. And again, I want to say I've never liked the RNG feeling like I'm not in control. I don't like that. So I feel like it being green or miss, it gives us that. So that's my main thing about that. You know, I feel like I'm gonna get frustrated when my opponent's whites go in and mine's don't. And that to me, for sure, I know in previous 2Ks, like, that really bothers me. So leave it at that, man. Gonna catch you guys on the next video. There is a lot of stuff to talk about. I just wanted to go over these 2 things on this video because this is too much. I don't, you know what I mean? It's already 2 topics and it's 2 important topics. I do feel like the green or miss and the battle pass, it's 2 big things that we got to discuss. So I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on it. There's more stuff to talk about. We should be getting a Myteam blog pretty soon. Hopefully some gameplay, but a lot of info. There's a lot of info out there already from official sources, guys. If you haven't been on Twitter, I mean, you're missing out. There's a lot of good stuff. The game looks promising. I'm not gonna hype it up. It does look promising, but then again, every 2K from the jump, when you read and see these devs saying these things, it looks promising, right? It's always like that. So we got to see how much of it is true and how much they actually deliver. Gotta catch you guys on the next one. Thank you guys for watching the video. Let's get it.